Good morning. 8 o'clock in the morning. About 6 hours after this last video that I did. Usually my daily routine is I get up, go to the bathroom, as we all do, I'm pretty sure. Then I find something to eat. I have some cornmeal mush I prepared, so I had that and some coffee. And I turn on the television and I catch up on a couple things news-wise. Or some of the people I subscribe to that I keep up with. And it's on TV right now, actually. Midas Touch. And the latest, political news and whatever. So I'm sitting here eating my oatmeal. Not oatmeal, cornmeal mush. And my eyes got wider, my mouth dropped open. The news is not good. Apparently, yesterday, a lot of flights, especially going out of the country, were stopped. Not allowed. I knew this was going to happen. I spent over $1,400 altogether with a concert ticket, air flight tickets, and a place to stay for next year. And I kept saying, "You will not fuck this up, Trump." Boom. Look what he's doing. This is going out to all Republicans, all Democrats, all wackadoos, all anybody. The American people, and I know if you're from somewhere else, Europe or Australia or something, and what you see, or what you're allowed to see, or what you see is crazy. And you think that every American feels strongly for this or for that, for what's going on, that we all support this guy and all. No. Basically what it is a bunch of spoiled people with lots of money, so much money they don't know what to do with themselves, so they cause problems to make life interesting for themselves. Every one of the rest of us, the ones that make your food, that provide the services, and work in the stores, cut your grass, everything. The rest of us working schlubs are affected. I mean, we're all affected. But if you have enough money, then you can float. The rest of us are drowning. This guy needs to stop. He just needs to stop. DJT, stop. Stop. You're a bad boy. And I was thinking about this the other day. I looked up online on Facebook. I looked up to see if I could find any of the kids I used to babysit when I was 16. They'd be about 55 years old now. Or no. Well, yeah. They'd be around that age. Isn't that weird? They might even be grandparents. And I babysat them. One kid in particular, Sean. I could say his whole name because that would just size him up perfectly, but I'm not going to. He was a little blonde-haired kid. He doesn't have blonde hair anymore, only when he was a kid. He was 5 years old, and he'd stand on the path where the high school kids would be walking home from high school, and he'd throw rocks at them and swear and use the F word. The only kid I ever knew, a little kid, that knew the F word. And he was a shit. He was a real asshole. I think his father was like that. So I looked him up to see if he's there. Yeah. I don't know. He says he rides a motorcycle for causes. But I think he's still an asshole. You can't hide behind money or religion and be an asshole and think that you're going to do well in the existence that we have. No. You have to be a decent human being. You have to have empathy. You have to care. You can't just hide behind something. In the Bible, there's the 10 Commandments. You know, it starts off, you shall have no other gods before me. And that means the love of money, status, other things, you put before and think only of those things. One is like, thou shalt not kill, you should not covet your neighbor's wife. In other words, you shouldn't want what they have so bad that you're going to do something about it. Those are laws for a functioning society. It's not just a decree from God. I mean, how do we know that God isn't an alien? And we're all little test subjects in his petri dish. It's one of those stoner thoughts, or you can call it that. Or my generation, when you're in high school, you'd sit around and you'd philosophize. Is that the right word? Life. What's it mean? And there was a philosophy club at school. I belonged to a handful of clubs. And the Bible club, only because I wanted to see what everyone else had to say. The philosophy club. The German club. What else? Theater. It's interesting. If your kid wants to be in a club at school, make sure you know what they're doing, but sure, let them, because it helps them round them out a bit. I am deathly worried about society. They're doing away with the MRSA vaccination. That is, these diseases that RFK Jr. wants to eradicate, the vaccinations. If he doesn't want to take a vaccination, that's fine. But there are so many people that need them. I mean, we've pretty much eradicated a lot of stuff, except now, due to this weenie butt in government, they're all coming back. They haven't seen measles, a resurgence of measles, which was and smallpox and monkeypox and all these diseases. Polio's gonna come back. You bet. Just believe me, it's gonna come back. Polio was something that was pretty much, very rarely would anyone come up with polio. My mom's generation, there were people that died of polio. People that their muscle system in their body just froze up and they couldn't breathe. They had to be in iron lungs, which is a giant machine. It's kind of noisy. And the air pressure changes back and forth to make your lungs go in and out. Do you really want that? Do you really want to be that person that is all of a sudden incapacitated? And then they'll come up with, well, we don't need these people in our society, so we're going to send them upstate to the farm. Are you kidding? What the fuck, people? I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what political party you are. I think the reason we have political parties is, to begin with, is try to be more rounded and more fair. Some people are better at thinking about the money aspect. Some people are better at organizing the social aspect. And I think that's why altogether we do great. America's always been great. We were a land of opportunity. We were a land where people could escape shit like this that's going on from their country. What the fuck? You get these spoiled little rich bastards who get so bored that they don't know what to do with themselves, so they're playing with us as pawns on the chessboard. It's like, what the fuck, people? Tonight is final dress rehearsal. Hopefully, my mind will be clearer and I won't be so upset. But right now, I'm very upset. You just want to take the public by the shoulders and shake them. And no, it wouldn't be shaken baby syndrome. It'd be shaken idiot syndrome, people. Fucking get a brain. So we can all stick together. And we can all be the greatest, best humans around. And go upward and onward.